Alright, let me just give you some of the real life example so you know when does it count, when does it not count. Let me show you. So for example, one of the spouse unfortunately passed away in say 2023, right? So when when the surviving spouse raised their kids and all that, right? In 2024, during all that year, they already paid the bill and all that. Okay, so this is surviving spouse. Okay, surviving spouse, SNS. Okay, so say during that 2024 years, the surviving spouse, they raised kids, and she or he, the widower, raised kids during all that year, pay all the bill, and say paid for $25,000 for the whole household upkeep. Okay, and you know what? The surviving spouse also got parents, and they say, "Well, dear, it's been hard. Everything's pretty hard. You raise the kids, you keep all the household, and you have to dealing with the one of the spouse passing away. So you know what? The surviving spouse parents. Okay, I'm going to just using P here. So it's about parents also support. Okay, for example, if they have a house, right? The house may have mortgages. The house may have say utility bills and all that. So for example, the utility bill and all that. Let me just say utility bill, right? Okay, 2 utility bills and all that. Okay, all this and groceries and all that is a lot. So the surviving spouse parents also pay some of the bill. Okay, say that bill is $35,000. Okay, so clearly this is more than half. Okay, and this surviving spouse clearly pays less than half of the cost of keeping up the house, the home. So basically, the surviving spouse here in this scenario, when they doing this final tax 2025 of the 2024, the surviving spouse cannot claim the qualified surviving spouse. So is it qualified surviving spouse? Is it? No, it isn't, right? But maybe he may still qualify to file for the head of household, okay? But definitely not QSS. So maybe head of the household. Maybe, okay, maybe, but not QSS. Head of the household, I'm going to explain later, but you just need to know all of this is clearly paid for less of the household. So you know what? Not qualify for the QSS, but maybe qualify for the HOH. Okay, head of the household. So basically, as I mentioned before, IRS requires you to pay more than 50% of the house upkeep in order to do that. Right? So that's the first scenario. Let me just give you more. So you guys can, if you unfortunately want spouse pass away, want to see whether you folks qualify, you can see all this scenario. I try to make it all this scenario more inclusive, so that just include all more scenario as possible.